Everybody out there, Rutgers fans, just wanted to sit down and do another quick review, this one of Greg Schiano's second press conference following our second scrimmage of the spring. And I wanted to tell you what I gleaned from his demeanor and what he said this particular time. What I saw was this time, unlike last press conference where he was very upbeat and seemed like, yo, what he saw really looked great. To him. It seemed today that he was more, I wouldn't say pessimistic, I wouldn't say he didn't see things that he would have wanted to see. I got the impression that he was kind of about his business. Like, hey, you know, we're not on this crazy upward trajectory where we built so much on last scrimmage. You know, we didn't go down, but it seemed like he was kind of, his general tone was like, you know, we're about business. We got stuff to clean up. We got to really start taking steps here. We're working on it. So not bad, not good in that regard, but just, hey, we're working on it. Seems like the offense is definitely a little ahead of the defense, and that has been kind of echoed on other, content platforms. It seems like, you know, the offense may be doing well, and that's a good sign because we know what our defense can do. We know how good our defense is against other opponents outside of the building. We know we have some defenders out right now, so we shouldn't be too worried about the defense. If the offense is doing well and kind of outperforming them, that bodes well for the year because the offense was always the biggest problem with us for a while now. Although our rushing attack last year was very good, and at times the defense kind of stumbled. But for the most part, I think we're okay. If the offense is doing better, I think that's a good sign for us. And Greg kind of echoed that, you know, by saying he thinks the offense might be a little ahead because guys aren't playing on defense. Quarterback question, he said it's shaping up. Didn't seem like anybody jumped out or anybody's setting themselves head and shoulders above anybody else. That remains where it is. I'm curious to see in the spring game, I'm curious to see how these two guys perform. We are going to be able to get, contrary to what some people say, you can't get anything from a spring game. You can get the eye test and you can see if accuracy is better, if guys have command of the offense. You can see if they have good chemistry with receivers. Yeah, you can. You can glean something from the spring game. So I'm excited about the spring game to see where these two quarterbacks are at. There were 2 interceptions thrown, so we'll see who threw them. Maybe it was 2 different guys. Maybe it was 1 guy. But remember, last scrimmage, he said that the defense had a couple opportunities and interceptions, and they didn't come up with the ball. So this isn't like some regression from last scrimmage. This is just what's going on. You're going to have some picks. You're going to have some inaccuracy. Maybe it's a bad read. Who knows what's going on? So we're going to see. And he said all 4 quarterbacks got work. So we don't even know for sure if it was either Callie McManus or Gavin. So we'll see. But my overall kind of impression of this press conference was that they're right in the middle of working. They're not satisfied with just anything. They're not over optimistic. They're not over pessimistic. He did say one of the best things that I think he said in this press conference was when they asked, how does it feel compared to other, springs? And he said, look, this is the first time really since the first time I was here, meaning, the first iteration of Schiano, that it felt like we were playing football out there this spring. We weren't just, he said other times it felt like we were running plays. Now it feels like we're playing football. And then he kind of tried to backtrack and say it's not important, but what I got from that was what I've been saying is he's feeling like this program is finally turning that corner. And I think it kind of turned the corner last year, you could argue. But it's turning that corner. It's getting to be a real formidable football team in this conference, and I'm excited for what's coming. But they're just right in the heat of spring. They're working. I think the quarterback competition's still going. I think they got stuff to clean up, and Greg's about his business. He's not out here to pat backs and get overhyped. He's not out here to be frustrated. He's out here to work, and they got work to do. And that's the general impression I got from this press conference. So excited about the spring game, excited to see what we can all see, and excited about what's going on. But I just wanted to touch base and give you my impressions of Greg's press conference yesterday following the second scrimmage. Guys, if you have not done so yet, can you please just hit that subscribe button if you listen. If you've listened more than once to the channel, it shows you have some interest in what we're saying here. You have some interest in the Scarlet Knights, Big Ten, sports. Click the subscribe button. It takes a millisecond. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers before the season, before the end of the spring. Let's get to 500. And I'm sorry, there's like firefighters behind me. I don't know what's going on here. So another day in North Jersey, man. But click the subscribe button for me. Let's get to 500 before the start of the season, not the spring game. Let's get to 500 subscribers. The ultimate goal is 1,000. It does a lot for the channel. Please click subscribe. Hey, and if you support fire departments, click subscribe. But seriously, thank you for all your support. And remember, we are part of the College Huddle football network, or well, college sports network, College Huddle. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button, and be on the lookout for my written content. Go Knights. Larry K. out.